Hi, I'm Tom Long. Today I'm walking with my grandson from the center of the island out to the beach. Sometimes when I read the Bible, I feel like I'm getting whiplash. One moment, Jesus says something like, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." That sounds like a pretty good gig. But then Jesus also says in Matthew 7, verses 13 and 14, "Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it." There's a lot of talk of carrying your cross in the New Testament. There's a tension that is woven through the Bible between being borne up on eagle's wings and being opposed by the world, a tension between blessing and suffering. Last week we touched on a theme that Jesus spells out for his disciples when he sends them out to carry on the work of God's kingdom. In this life there is and always will be more or less opposition to the inbreaking of the kingdom of God's love and perfect justice. Have you ever seen the picture of the kitten with his front paws holding onto a clothesline and the caption says, "Hang in there"? That picture may make us smile, but it really doesn't do justice to the kinds of real-life challenges we face, does it? There is some disagreement about the best translation of the first part of Psalm 23:4. It can be translated, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley," for example, as it is in the NIV, or "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death," as it is famously quoted from the King James Version. The word they're working with here means a valley as dark as death. When God's sheep pass through these dark places, we could fear the wolf, the robber, the thief lurking in the darkness to prey upon us. But the psalmist goes on to say in the second part of that verse, "I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." And the rod represents the shepherd's protection and the staff, the shepherd's guidance. And there it is. Life may get very dark for us at times. I don't think I've ever met an adult who has not gone through some dark and difficult passage. Disappointments, heartbreak, loss of loved ones, terrible illness or injury. And Jesus tells his disciples, "Look, if the world called me Beelzebul, don't think the world will go easy on you." But he continues to say, "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows." Does that make you think of the great old Mahalia Jackson song, "His Eye is on the Sparrow"? Jesus sent his disciples to the lost with the instruction, "As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely give." And by sending his disciples out to proclaim and demonstrate God's love for the world's lowliest, Jesus admits, "Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword." The very message of God's light and love for those in dark valleys assures that the forces of darkness will rise up in angry opposition to the demonstration that God is no respecter of persons. Some may have a position of privilege and preference in the world, but those positions and the power that go with them are meaningless in the eyes of God and his kingdom. Remember the hymn Onward Christian Soldiers? To be honest, I've always been uneasy with its imagery. I fear that some will take it as a call to force our beliefs on others. But in the context of this week's lesson, I see how beautifully it reflects Jesus' call to battle, not with armies and marching into the world with force, but with truth-telling, love, justice, and acts of mercy. Be of good courage. Join the fray. Our captain goes before us. Our captain stands with us. Our victory is sure.
Whenever I am tempted, whenever clouds arise, when songs give place to sighing, when hope within me dies, I draw the closer to him. From care he sets me free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow,